Good morning. Today is July 28th. Figured I will stop my watching of the Olympics to start making a recording today. The thing about the Olympics is that these athletes they dedicate large amounts of time to perfecting their craft, and they get one period of time over 4 years to perform against the best of the best. It takes dedication. Sometimes things don't always go as planned. Injuries happen, and yet they're there to perform and make things happen on this basis. So I've been enjoying the Olympics so far, and one of the shows that I've been watching is the Goal Zone, that allows me to see a lot of different sports going on. I like to see all of the other little countries as they participate. The countries with only 10 people sent to the Olympics, but just seeing them perform at such a high level is pleasurable. And talking about performing at a high level, over the last week or so, I've been reading a book by Tony Robbins. It's called Unshakeable. It is an older book, but I found that many of the concepts that I explore just on this YouTube channel and just being involved in the markets are represented within this book. Not only does it talk about how to deal with volatility and uncertainty in the markets, but it also talks about how to deal with yourself. You are your biggest ally, and there are many things that happen that unless you are mentally prepared for them, it can truly mess you up. And this book is a really, really good book about that. I went to this website here and I see that you can get a free copy. If this is something that you're interested in, you do want a free copy, you can click here and enter your information, and shipping and handling is $7.95 depending on where you are. And I just say it's a good book. If you have Audible or anything like that, feel free to check it out. Okay. So, market segment, where are we? As you can see, we are under our green line, which is our 20-day exponential moving average. We are under the red line, which is our 50-day exponential moving average. And we're trying to make a little comeback. If you were in the markets on Friday, it looked really nice. But looking at it from a chart perspective a few days later, this looks a little weak. Hopefully it can look like this that happened back in April. It was. But I don't have high expectations for the future, but I have absolutely no idea what's going to happen. And this is not, I don't use these charts to trade per se, except the one thing that I am looking for is if I'm going to be doing any new buys, I want to be doing these buys over this green line, over the 20-day exponential moving average. So that's where I will be doing buys. I want to be confident that we are in some type of uptrend, and this doesn't really look like an uptrend. Maybe it's a slight bounce. Maybe they say that the angle that it goes down is equivalent to the angle that it comes back up, right? So like here, down, up. But I'm not holding my breath for that. All right. I'm just going to follow my rules, follow my allocation. At this point, my allocation says that if it goes over that green line and I need to get back closer to 30%, then I can buy if I want. That's what it says. Okay. So how does this look in terms of performance? Here's the discipline that I talked about earlier. Here's the dedication. Now we have to see it with regard to performance. All right. So I'm going to go to my performance page. All right. So this is what we look like year to date. So if we look at my account versus the NASDAQ 100, 1306 versus 1330. Year to date, I'm doing what I want to do, which is to beat the NASDAQ 100. Of course, the gold standard for most investment accounts is the S&P 500, which is sitting at 14.45. I'm short of that, but you know what? We'll catch up later. All right, so this is kind of where we're at year to date. All right, if I look at it from a different perspective, though, over a 3-month period, right, I'm at 7.91%. So I've been performing better over the last 3 months. What's it look like from a 6-month perspective? Okay. 1 year. All right. So over a year, I've been performing better than both the indexes. Okay. July 23rd, August is when I really started in this account. So July 23rd looks a little empty. If we go out 2 years, you'll see that I have no data here, but NASDAQ 100 was up 53.46%. And this is the reason why I'm following the NASDAQ 100 right now. Just because of the performance over the last 10 years. Usually beats the S&P 500, and I don't know exactly what the future holds, but I feel very confident that the future, whatever the future is, NASDAQ 100 is going to capture it. All right. Over a 3-year period, okay, this is what it looks like for me. All right. So the performance is overall, even though we've had a very rocky week, the performance overall is where I expect it to be. And this is just all based on my allocation and my discipline to just follow. You know, whatever, no matter what happens in the market, my discipline to follow what I said I was going to follow in my plan. Okay. So that is all I have for today. Hopefully you have a great weekend and a great Olympics, and we will catch up again next weekend.